Is fourth generation warfare the approach that should be adopted by developed countries today? We as Group 14 agree. Let's start by explaining what fourth generation warfare is. It is a conflict characterized by blurring of lines between war and politics, combatants, and civilians. Now, what does that mean? Well, it is a regression in the way conflict is carried out to pre-modern times. Fourth generation warfare includes participants that is not a state, rather groups of violent non-state actors, much like uprising of the people in pre-modern times. To help drive the point home, here are some drivers and products of fourth generation warfare. First, the loss of the nation-state's monopoly on violence, hence allowing people, or rather having people, take violence to their own hands. The rise of cultural, ethnic, and religious conflicts. With the rise of fourth generation warfare, war becomes less of a conflict between states. It also includes a conflict between religion. Lastly, globalization via technological integration. Now let us explore the tactics and traits behind fourth generation warfare. Victory in fourth generation warfare is won in the moral sphere. Now what does this mean? The aim of fourth generation warfare is to destroy the moral bonds that allows the organic whole to exist. This is done by reinforcing the following. Menace, attacks that undermine or threaten basic human survival instincts. Mistrust, increases division between groups. And uncertainty, the undermining of economic activity by decreasing confidence in the future. Now let's look at some of the benefits of fourth generation warfare. Let's start with political. Unlike the previous generation warfare, where soldiers needed to be on the ground to operate the machines such as tanks and other artilleries, in fourth generation warfare, there is use of drones and long-distance missiles. Most of the operation of equipment can be controlled from long distances. This is the way to go of fighting, and to end conflicts quickly and easily. Government could get into power much faster. Fear also plays a big part in fourth generation warfare. Currently, countries such as the United States and Russia are considered to be superior in fourth generation warfare techniques. It would be hard for countries like Iraq to start a war against them. As we witnessed in recent past, the U.S. Army went to Syria to control the uprise of rebels. It was there that they were able to control them with ease. Many increased inefficiencies have also been seen, an example in guerrilla warfares, where they have become more political and tactical. As a result, they have achieved more comparable goals with even smaller forces and thinner external support. Now let's talk about the economic benefits of fourth generation warfare. Due to fourth generation warfare, there are fewer troops on the ground while being in a conflict. What does this mean? Well, there is no point of having thousands of troops in a war zone when the job can be done with a single drone, as the U.S. Army did in Afghanistan. Since the Taliban was supported by most of the locals, it made it very hard for the army to find Taliban agents hidden in the villages. Agents were identified using satellite images, and a drone strike was used to eliminate the target without risking the lives of army troops getting stuck in the middle of crossfire. The technological advancements of fourth generation warfare is not only effective, but also cost efficient. With the use of droids, less money is spent on training, recruiting, and even maintaining soldiers. A major advantage here is the significant reduction of human casualties, which will not only bring relief to the families of prospective soldiers, but also to the money and time that would have been invested into soldier care. Many soldiers that go through war suffer from PTSD and require psychological treatment and other kinds of therapy, subsidized by the government.
You're in war, you're out of war, you're in war, you're out of war. But every time I left, I was still fighting the war. Anyone who had any sort of mental issues or qualms about it was just told to shut up and color, do your job. No one wants to hear you bitching.
Groups as well. Unlike warfare between state militaries, it is unlikely for a non-state group to use nuclear or radiological weapons such as atomic bombs due to the level of technical advancement and difficulty of acquisition. The only possible way for them to have this capability is if they are funded by another state. But in that case, we would be calling into question the validity of the group really being non-state, or rather actors in a proxy war. In fourth-generation warfare, the legitimacy of the state is challenged. Thus, many developed countries face homegrown threats from groups that wage fourth-generation war. It is extremely difficult to defeat an opponent who adopts fourth-generation warfare, and those who try using old methods tend to occupy the moral low ground. The mindset of state militaries must change in order to win fourth-generation war at a strategic level, not just at tactical and physical levels. Next, we will discuss the technological aspects of fourth-generation warfare. The military use of drones has resulted in a much more humane kind of warfare. Namely, drones are able to pinpoint the intended target and greatly reduce civilian casualties. Typically, a target is followed and observed for days or weeks in order to predict when the target will be sufficiently isolated. Additionally, in the heat of battle, technical indicators have at times proven more reliable than human judgment. In 1988, for example, the USS Vincennes shot down an Iranian airliner after the warship's crew believed the aircraft was descending to attack, when in fact computers on board accurately indicated it was ascending to pass by harmlessly. On the other hand, in order to counter different state and non-state groups, new technology is being invented every day. The development of military technologies such as UAVs can benefit not only state militaries but also civilians. For example, civilian drones can transport goods, greatly slashing delivery time and cost. GPS systems are another military technology innovation that has become available to civilians. These systems have greatly advanced tracking abilities for recreational and everyday use, medical emergency and policing purposes, and many other uses. Internet security has also come a long way thanks to new preventative measures against cyber terrorism. Newer and stronger antivirus software and firewalls are examples of these measures. In conclusion, to counteract the aggression of violent non-state actors, fourth-generation warfare should be the approach adopted by developed countries. With the introduction of fourth-generation warfare, a country will use all its available networks to win a war: social, political, economical, technological, and military. It will be just as important to invest resources into the political sector and industrial sector as it is to invest resources into the military sector in order to win a war. Adopting fourth-generation warfare will not only help developed countries regain control of war, but developed countries will also see economic, political, social, technological, operational, and tactical benefits. Fourth-generation warfare requires less manpower, and therefore there will be less casualties of war, as well as less resources required to maintain an army, which means more resources, for example money and manpower, can be allocated to multi-purpose sectors such as the IT industry, which can indirectly, as well as directly, influence the war. Adopting fourth-generation warfare will lead to quicker, cleaner wars. A country that practices fourth-generation warfare may also be able to avoid wars, as the opposition may fear facing a country which can employ fourth-generation warfare. The social benefits include less casualties of war and a decline of survivors developing post-traumatic stress disorder. The integration of technology into fourth-generation warfare is vast. Fourth-generation warfare has led to inventions such as drones and spy gear, which replace feet on the ground. Also, development of technology for war has also led to inventions that have applications for the general public, such as GPS and internet security software. Fourth-generation warfare is a new way of conducting war, which ties together all networks of countries, leading to greater prosperity in the political, social, economic, and technological sectors of a country.